Hello Yeeps, I'm a Rainbow, and before I get started with this latest video, I must make an announcement. Nathan has declared that there are no more minor Yeeps updates. They are now going to be called drops. That is correct. So this is the construction drop. All right, so keep that in mind when you hear somebody talking about a Yeeps drop. That is what this is. And this Yeeps drop is actually very awesome. So we're going to go over all the cool stuff, all right, that's here. Specifically, the chainsaw. You are going to love this chainsaw because it is awesome. I mean, look at that. I just tore that out so fast. And if you've ever built anything or wanted to tear it down, it's there. But in addition to it, we've got some other things that have been added. Okay, the vote broadcaster over there. I'm going to talk about each one of these things. Then we've got the Zone Copier, which is super cool. Honestly, I think this is the best thing in this whole drop, as it were. Also, they've added the Latch. All right, and the latches are super cool. I am not going to talk about them too much in this video. They currently have an issue, and Nathan's working on that. But bear in mind, this is a full-on flip-flop that will work in Yeeps. And so if you're doing Redwire, you are going to love this. All right, lastly, you're going to notice the cannons. Yes, the cannons now have a wiring port. They all came out prior to the Redwire stuff and never got updated, but now they have. All right, so while we're here taking a look at stuff, so if I grab any of these blocks now and I set them down, it's kind of hard to see, but this you can see there's an arrow there when you're in creative mode that indicates whether it's an input or an output. So very cool there. And let's go ahead and grab this latch and look at the same thing. You can see input, you can see a blue input, whatever that might be, and then you can see an output right there. So now you'll be able to see them much easier if you're doing a build and something's in a wall. You'll always be able to tell exactly how it's set up. All right, the vote broadcaster. I'll talk about that in a minute, but right here is the Zone Copier. What's cool about this is when you use it, you are able to copy anything that's within the square area. Let's see, let's get that. There we go. So you notice I've got that right there. And if you hit copy, we've copied them. So now I'm going to take this. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to set it down. I'm going to hit paste. And there you go. All the stuff that I copied has now been pasted. All right. And it works on any size thing. I will demonstrate that at the end of the video. I'm going to copy a whole house. But anyway, you see how this works right here. All right, now let's talk about the vote broadcaster. All right. Taking a look at the vote broadcaster right here. You set it down. It's got one input, and now you can see it has a red output and a green output. And if you look at the top, I got to quit touching it. If you look at the top of the vote part, you can see one is an X and one is a check. So this way, you know that the green output is, if you look at that, is the check mark. The red output is the X, and that's how it works. All right, now let's see this thing in action. Now, I've already set this up. I've got the vote broadcaster. I've got a question written down on it. I've got actual broadcasters on each one, but you can have any kind of wiring output you want. All right, let's hit that. And we've got red or green. Red is no, green is less. Let's just say no this time. And you see it broadcasts no from the other one, but this could go to any other wiring input that you want. Let's try this again. This time we'll give it a check mark and say yes. And it says yes. So there you go. Vote proctors. It works with all the people in the room. This is very cool. All right, now I'm going to demonstrate the Zone Copier. It says Zone Copier, but it can also be used to clear. So we're just going to slap this thing down right here. I'm going to grab this and we're going to travel. So just so you can get a better perspective, you can see everything that's been selected right here is inside the Zone Copier. Now we're going to clear it. So yes, and boom, we have just cleared that entire space, 94 blocks. You can see I have selected this entire house. Now, if you were going to build this in Yeeps, before you'd have to build it, and you want another one, you have to build it again. Now you just hit the copy button. You've copied those blocks. We're going to take it. And look at that. We have just pasted that entire house right here in the area that we cleared before. So this is awesome. I mean, honestly, this construction drop is amazing. All right, as you can see, they have brought a new map. This is the Yeeps construction site, and this is a remake of the original map that they used in Yeeps when they were doing their testing. So if you can see, it's got new props. The Yeeps construction team has been in here and made it so much better. But one of the last things I want to talk about now is this guy. And you're like, what the heck is that, Rainbow? Well, this is a camera target. And the reason I say it's a camera target, when I pull it out, normally that drone would be looking at me. Where I moved, it would go. But you notice it's very focused on this right here. If I toss it out there, it keeps looking at it. So what this does is if you have a camera with a gimbal on it or that's movable, it will follow it around. Follow the birdie. The cool thing about this is other people can take it. They can move around with it. Your camera will follow them. All kinds of awesome, all kinds of possibilities for content creators. And I really looking forward to exploring this thing more. The chainsaw is awesome, right? If you get in a fight in creative mode. Now, you can't do this in the wilds. It's not intended for that. But if you're in your private or in your community worlds and you go to creative mode, this thing has some serious knockback, and it is all kinds of fun. I really hope they add it to the game or some version of it to the game because it's just so much fun to play with. So right now you have to be in creative mode to use it, but maybe they'll change that. Maybe enough people will want it. So this is my word to you. All right, everybody, I'm a Rainbow. Y'all be good. Take care now. Chainsaw.
Way up. Take off.
Chainsaw.